Hello everyone, Jonathan Schlack, EAS&Weather here with the severe weather update for the day one outlook. Starting off up here, we have a slight version of severe weather today that covers parts of northeastern Wyoming, southeastern North Dakota, most of South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota, a lot of Nebraska, and western Iowa. We have a marginal risk that covers southeastern Montana, parts of northeastern Wyoming, most of North Dakota, far northwestern South Dakota, parts of western and extreme southeastern Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, northern Kansas, central Iowa, and most of Minnesota, as well as a very small part of west central Wisconsin. So, going down here, we have a marginal risk for today that covers southeastern Alabama, northern Florida, central and southern Georgia, and south central South Carolina. So, going over to the tornado threat now, with a 5% chance of likely a tornado today that covers parts of south central Nebraska, and with a 2% chance of likely a tornado today that covers parts of central North Dakota, the very far extreme southeastern corner of Montana, a teeny tiny part of the southeastern corner of Montana. It also includes northeastern Wyoming, a lot of South Dakota, a lot of Nebraska, a teeny tiny part of north central Kansas, which barely includes that area, western Iowa, and very far northwestern Missouri. So, going over to the wind aspect of things for today, with a 15% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher in parts of south central North Dakota, central South Dakota, central and northeastern Nebraska, and west central Iowa. Now, if you look at the black dashed areas in parts of south central and east central Nebraska, and a very small part of the west central part of Iowa, the black dashed areas is where we have a 10% chance of seeing damaging wind gusts of hurricane force of 74 miles per hour or higher. So, that's the wind. We also have a 5% chance of hail of 1 inch. 5% chance of damaging wind gusts. 5% chance of damaging wind gusts, not hail, but 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher in the far southeastern corner of Montana, northeastern Wyoming, most of North Dakota, western and eastern South Dakota, most of Minnesota, western and southeastern Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, northern Kansas, central and western Iowa, and I mentioned most of Minnesota, right? I think I did. And far northwestern Missouri. So, going down here, with a 5% chance of damaging wind gusts of 58 miles per hour or higher in southeastern Alabama, central and southern Georgia, northern Florida, and south central South Carolina. So, going over to the hail aspect of things for today, with a 15% chance of hail of 1 inch in diameter or larger in northeastern Wyoming, south central and southeastern Nebraska, most of South Dakota, southwestern Minnesota, parts of central and eastern Nebraska. I mentioned southwestern Minnesota for that 15% chance of hail 1 inch in diameter or larger, right? I think I did. As well as northwestern Iowa, so. And we also have a 5% chance of hail 1 inch in diameter or larger in southeastern Montana, northeastern Wyoming, a lot of North Dakota, northwestern South Dakota, western and far southeastern Nebraska, northeastern Colorado, northern Kansas, far northwestern Missouri, central Iowa, a lot of Minnesota, and a very small part, the far western edge of the west central part of Wisconsin. So, going over to the summary, severe thunderstorms will be possible today across the northern and central plains centered over Nebraska and South Dakota. Areas of damaging winds and sporadic hail will be possible. So, that's the day one outlook for today, and I will have the day two outlook very soon, so stay tuned for the day two outlook from the storm prediction here, so stay tuned for that, which I will have out very shortly.